Hi, this is Ken Go, and here are 3 things I'll be watching this week in college football. There are no games this week. We're in that silly season, that dead period between the end of the regular season and the start of the major college football's postseason, the bowl games this year, the first college football playoff. That means we're on to the award shows, and the biggie, of course, is the Heisman Trophy. I don't think there's any doubt about who's going to win. Oregon's Marcus Mariota is the best player in college football this season. One of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen, probably the best quarterback I've ever seen. But he's got the rest of it too. He's a good citizen. He's a good student. He's humble. He's a team guy, not a me-first guy. He's everything you'd want in a Heisman Trophy winner. So congratulations, Marcus Mariota. Have a good time in New York. Enjoy picking up the trophy. Oregon State is into a football coaching search after Mike Riley's departure last week. I think Riley leaves some big shoes to fill. I know a lot of Oregon State fans don't agree with me, but I think Riley got a lot out of what he had to work with. That's not to say Oregon State can't do better and shouldn't aim to do better. As highly as I think of Mike Riley, I don't think he's the best coach ever. There's some interesting candidates floating around out there. I like Jeff Tedford. Tedford had a pretty good run at California, bad last season, but really the guy did a nice job of maximizing what he had to work with down there. Cal has some recruiting restrictions other schools don't have. Tedford only had 2 losing seasons. He helped raise the money for the facility improvement, and really while he was there and while he was having a fairly successful run at Cal, his facilities were the worst in the conference. I've been to them all, or had been to them all before the recent facility improvement campaign, and even then, even in the bad old days, Cal's were the worst. Crumbling stadium, offices inside the stadium, really as bad as it got, and Tedford did a pretty good job. I think he's a candidate worth looking at. There's others, of course. Bo Baldwin has done a very nice job as the Eastern Washington head coach. It's a lower level than the Pac-12, but he's beaten Pac-12 teams, as Oregon State well knows, and has played well against Pac-10, 12 teams when he's had the opportunity. I think he's a guy they need to look at. I would also look at Matt Wells, Utah State's head coach. Utah State is a Division 1A or a football bowl system team that's done very well. Wells has only had 2 seasons there, but nothing about him jumps out as a red flag to me. Those are 3 guys I would look at. I hear from sources close to the search that Oregon State's been surprised and happy by the interest it's gotten from some really high-profile guys. So good luck to the Beavers. I would expect the search to wind up in the next 5 to 6 days. I think Oregon State has an opportunity here to move forward with a very good coach. And third, the college football playoff is set. Oregon is facing Florida State. I think that's a very good matchup for the Ducks. I think they can compete with Florida State. The game's in the Rose Bowl, which is a nice place for Oregon to play. Huge alumni chapter for Oregon in Southern California. I think this really sets up well for the Ducks to win that game and advance to the college football championship game. It's everything that an Oregon fan could hope for. A chance to play for it all at the end of the first college football playoff. So this is Ken Go. These are the 3 things I'll be watching as we go forward this week in college football.